Alright, here we go again. This is part 2 of my bonus videos, and we're leaving that place after my horrible experience with the level 70 tonberries. Once again, I do not advise that for anyone. So, we're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm tired of just wandering around. This is Cactuar Desert, or Cactuar Island, it doesn't really matter, whatever. Here you find, what else? Cactuars! Now these little buggers, they run away at the first sign of trouble, so you have to kill them quickly. And I mean quickly, like that quickly. It's very hard to do, but if you manage to do it, they're worth 20 AP apiece. So if you want to learn something really quickly, then that's the way you need to do it. I tried several times, and I could not. They don't go for stop magic. I just wanted to try that. They might go for sleep, but I doubt it. I mean, they're cacti. Why would they sleep? So anyway, you can get cactus thorns. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but I'm sure there's some use for them, or else they wouldn't be in the game. And they are weak to water. However, the little cactuars are magical resistant, so that didn't do very much at all. So actually, if you've got status attacks, you would put water on them to make them stronger. But of course, I couldn't. Anyway, I bet you're tired at this point by watching me fight these little guys, especially since they're not what we're really after. We're after the big guy. Yeah, we're after Jumbo Cactuar. This big son of a bitch with the crazy mustache. This guy has a lot of HP. He doesn't go for Demi, but he has Demi, so if you want it, you better stack up on it with this guy. But yeah, a lot of HP. He's weak to water. So, oh yeah, he has that stupid stomp technique. It's not really that special. But he's weak to water. So what you want to do is you want to summon Leviathan over and over and over and over again, as many times as you possibly can. And you'll see. I mean, the guide says that with some mag 10, 20, and 30%, Leviathan will do up to 9,999 damage to this guy. I, however, neglected to do so. I think he does have some mag 10, maybe some mag 20, but definitely not some mag 30. But I got him up to 157 boost, and the damage is not that bad. It's definitely no 9,999, but 5,000 damage is definitely good, especially with this battle. It'll certainly quicken things up a bit. So yeah, you definitely want to summon that as many times as you can. You also want to summon Triple, or Cerberus, to cast Triple on your entire party as many times as you can. For, you know, Kurega and survive that purposes. Oh, this thing. The 10,000 needle attack. Just like the little cactuars have 1,000 needles, this guy has 10,000 needles, and that is scary. This happened to me. Oh my god. Early in the fight, I mean, maybe 2 or 3 summons in, the guy kills Leviathan. So now I'm royally fucked. Basically, what I ended up doing is casting water with Triple, with both Zell and Squall. I would have done it with Sylphie too, however, Sylphie does not have it, so I just had her cure the party repeatedly, which is not a bad idea. Now, while it's not no 5,000 damage, Triple waters do 860 damage per, so 3 of them, that's a little bit over 2,000 damage, which is definitely not bad. It's certainly better than any of your other summons can do at this point. But yeah, after all that, still nowhere near. I've done well over 20,000 damage to this guy at this point, and he's not even slowing down. Now, believe it or not, I actually ran out of waters at one point. That means I used well over 60 waters on this guy. Total. That's, Jesus, 30 waters. Oh my god. That's well over 100,000 HP. So I ended up having to use my meteors. And triple meteor, holy shit. Because each meteor does, well, I still don't feel like counting all those 200s, but probably about 2,000 each. So that's 6,000 per. That's about Leviathan type damage. Now, of course, at this point, you don't really have that many meteors, so you can only cast this so many times. I ended up being able to cast it about 4 or 5 times total. So now we're really dealing some heavy damage to this guy. But he's still not slowing down. Not even close. So I ended up just using my summons. I'm out of crap at this point. I don't even have flares. Well, I have like one flare. One flare left to use, I think. But I just ended up using my summons. Now, your best summons will only do about 2,000 damage to this guy. I don't have Ifrit anymore because I was stupid and forgot to revive him after my last really bad attempt at stuff. Stupid freaking Tomberries killed him. So I don't have Ifrit, which is a pain, but he's in a desert, so that probably wouldn't do very much anyway. So I used Shiva, Quetzalcoatl, and the brothers to take him down. Each one of them does about 2,000 damage, which is not that bad. So that's 6,000 per round, which isn't bad. So basically, at this point, if he's not dead, you want to spam your GFs as much as you can. Now, what you have to worry about, what you've really got to worry about, when he gets down to about 1/4 of his HP, a thing is going to show up that says, Jumbo Cactuar is hesitating. That means he's thinking about running away. So you can imagine how much my heart started pounding when he said, "Oh, I'm thinking about running away." Bullshit, you asshole. So that's when you have to be really, really careful. If you cast water on him, he will definitely run away at that point. So it's a good thing I ran out. Really, at that point, what you want to do is spam Leviathan. However, mine died. So in the end, I just ended up spamming Shiva instead. But, you know, well, I ended up spamming all 3 GFs. But eventually, this guy has got to go down. And if he doesn't run away, then at this point, you know that you're getting close. If he does run away, then God help you. I wouldn't have wanted to continue all this bonus crap if he'd run away. After 50 minutes of fighting this guy, and the guy runs away, that's bullshit. They should not have put that in the game. I mean, that's just mean. But yeah, 10,000 needles again. There's no protecting that. I mean, I'm fairly sure that even if protect worked, that still wouldn't cut it down enough to save any of your party members. And I was kind of surprised that brothers worked on this guy because, I mean, he's in a desert. He's obviously some kind of ground elemental. Well, actually, no. Jumbo Cactuar, as a summon, is non-elemental. But I figured the monster itself was ground elemental. So I was surprised that it did as much damage as it did. Anyway, yes. Eventually, if you just keep hammering this guy relentlessly and not giving up, do not run away, and not dying to his many devastating attacks, he will eventually freeze up and fall over dead. About fucking time, you asshole. So yes, you get Gaia's Ring, which is awesome, but I don't want to use it. And you get Cactuar the Summon! Finally! God damn. I'm gonna give him to Zell. This guy does, as a base, like starting off, he does, as a base, 3,000 damage. I don't think, now you can't boost him because his animation is too goddamn short to boost anyway. But, yes, 3,000 damage right off the bat is not bad at all. I mean, Shiva did only 2,000 damage against him, so definitely a GF that does 3,000 damage off the bat, that's awesome. Now, I didn't mention this earlier, but what you really want to do, as you're leveling up, you want to go ahead and get every single one of the weapons. You don't want to just skip right up to Lionheart. Because if you do, you're going to miss out on the other limit breaks. I mean, Squall's limit breaks, goddamn, can't speak. As far as he's concerned, he gets his limit breaks as he goes up in ranks, so you really need to get every single one of his gun blades. Everyone else, I don't think so. I mean, Irvine, you can buy all of his different limit breaks at a store. I mean, it just depends on the different ammo. It's the same limit break. But yes, you want to go ahead and just get everyone as high as you can. Doing this, however, you will lose your adamantite for Squall's thing, but they're not too hard to come across. I mean, you find a Turtipod, you find an Adamantoise. Yes, find one of those things if you can. I don't know. How did I find Adamantoise? How did I find Adamantoise in the first place? I think it was at the end of a boss. Anyway, and you also want to go ahead and stock up on everything. And I mean everything. You want to have at least 10 of everything. I didn't because I'm an idiot, but you really do. Because as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and completely disregard the game guide's advice and do the Deep Research Center without the Lionheart. You really should not do that. Now before I end this, I figured I might as well show at least one card battle, since really it is a big part of this game if you go ahead and do it. I mean, like, if you don't want to waste your time getting some kind of item, you can get them from the cards, and actually some people will actually give you very rare items for beating them in card games. So I figured I just found some random person down in the Galbadia Inn and our Galbadia Hotel, and challenged them with cards, and I'm using my best cards because I really don't want to lose. And as you can see, I don't. I win. Now, as far as cards go, I'm just going to leave that open. You could play this entire game with... You could play as much game time as I've played just Let's Playing it, just on the card games alone. I'm really not going to bother, especially in later parts of the game where you get these new rules that I'm not really a fan of. But yeah, that's the end of this part. And in the next part, as I said, I'm going to take on the Deep Research Center. Although I might take a quick detour. So, actually, in the next part, I probably won't go to the Deep Research Center now that I'm thinking about it. I will go somewhere else, just as dangerous, though. So, see you in the next part. Bye, guys.